From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Friday, September 19th, 2025.
I'm Violet Ekonomova, an investigative reporter at the Free Press. A hand in a pocket, a red Solo cup, a curfew violation. A Free Press investigation found 20% of Detroit Police Department shootings in the past decade fit the same pattern. Officers stop someone for a non-violent offense, develop suspicion they have a gun, then escalate the encounter with a foot chase and often shoot them as they flee. Critics argue the stops were at times unlawful and the shootings themselves unnecessary, that the 16 men and boys wounded or killed across the encounters were just minding their business and had weapons for protection. But police say the stops and chases are needed to get illegal guns off the street in one of the nation's most dangerous cities. Approximately 6,000 illegal guns are collected in Detroit each year. The officers said they shot the men because they feared for their lives and were cleared by prosecutors in each case. No Detroit police officers have been charged in a shooting since 2011. While the department sanctions the tactics, the Free Press found it trains officers not to shoot fleeing gun holders who show no signs of violence and don't point their weapons at anyone. The investigation highlights a central dilemma in policing a city where so many are armed. Prior Free Press reporting has found that at least once in recent years, even a legally armed gun holder wound up in department crosshairs.
This is J.C. Reindl with the Detroit Free Press. Ford is only moving its headquarters 2 miles, but there will still be some winners and losers in the battle for the Ford employees' lunch crowd. Local restaurants could face tough competition from the 7 chef-designed food and beverage pavilions that are planned for inside the new headquarters. Some owners of food spots near Ford's current headquarters are taking a wait-and-see approach to what happens. That includes vendors at the Canteen at Midtown, a recently opened food hall and food truck park that is outside Fairlane Mall. A manager at the P.F. Chang's outside the mall says he had been hopeful about Ford's new policy requiring workers to be in the office 4 days a week. The P.F. Chang saw a drop in business once Ford employees began working from home during COVID.
This is Natalie Davies with the Detroit Free Press. Downtown Ferndale is hosting the 21st annual Funky Ferndale Art Fair from September 19th until September 21st. The art fair, set to take over 9 Mile Road west of Woodward Avenue, offers a variety of unique and local art. The free-to-attend event is expected to have more than 140 juried artists and authors that will show and sell everything from paintings, ceramics, and jewelry to romance novels and even nonfiction books about Detroit. There will also be live shows, including a procession of the Ferndalian, an art piece designed by Jeff Semmerling and originally created by Gordy Morton. Kids are welcome at the festival, and there will be a station for them to make bird puppets with moving beaks for free. Learn more about the Funky Ferndale Art Fair at freep.com.
Hey everybody, this is Evan Petzel, the Detroit Tigers beat writer for the Detroit Free Press. On this week's episode of our podcast, Days of Roar, Cleveland Guardians beat writer Paul Hoynes discussed the upcoming games between the Tigers and the Guardians with the American League Central on the line. Here's a quick snippet of our conversation. The Guardians are probably the hottest team in baseball right now, winning 4 games in a row. They've also won 8 of their last 9 and 13 of their last 18. What is fueling this late season surge by the Guardians? And maybe the AL Central is not going to happen for the Guardians, but the wild card certainly in play.
Yeah, the wild card is in play. It's going to be difficult for them to get there. But, what's been fueling them is, the Stephen Vogt and the coaching staff made a decision to go with a 6-man rotation starting on this previous road trip through Boston and Tampa Bay. They added Joey Cantillo to the rotation, and the rotation has since that move. They've gone 6-0. This is the starters. Gone 6-0 with a 1.72 ERA. So they've really taken to that. They did it mainly because they were playing 17 games in 17 days.
You can hear that full conversation in this week's episode of Days of Roar, which is available wherever you listen to podcasts. And as always, you can find our latest Tigers coverage on freep.com/sports.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's freep.com. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend, and you'll hear more from us Monday.